So this is the wild koji catching experiment that I started a few months ago, and I actually got down it's like almost to the day 3 months ago. It is now 27th of March, and it does look like they got moldy. However, also looks like it's sporulated and it's pretty dried out. Definitely looks like a mat formed of some kind. Odor, it's not really, doesn't have a lot of odor. And a little funky, but again, it's really dry now, so I probably could have caught this earlier, so I put two different packages just a few feet from each other. But I don't know, I think I'm going to grind this up and see if it makes a batch of koji. This is, again, wild caught koji. I got the idea from Bill Mollison's book on fermentation. So well, let's see what we can do with this stuff. So now that I've captured my wild koji, I'm going to go ahead and grind some up and use it as an inoculant for a new batch of rice. So you can see most of this is more or less sporulated, so I figure it's good. It's going to be plenty of spores in there to try to make a new batch. So I've got a blade coffee grinder that I've cleaned out so it doesn't smell like coffee. And I'm going to go ahead and put some of this, again, it was pretty dried out after a 3-month stay outside, and it's pretty dry in our climate here. So, but it did look like it formed, like I said, a couple little clumps here and there, along with a bunch of green stuff, which means it probably sporulated. So anyway, here we go. You can kind of see it's dusty and spory. Hopefully it's the good kind of mold and I'm not breathing in something toxic, but anyway, if it's wild in the air, it's fine. All right, so it looks like a good amount. Let's just see what our blade grinder does here. I'm going to give it a few seconds to settle because it is, like I said, pretty spory. Definitely still spores flying around, so I'm going to go ahead and grab some my bed of rice, which I've just freshly steamed. We're going to sprinkle this on and see if it makes wild koji. Okay, so you can see I've got my setup here. It's basically just a cedar tray I got from like a big box store. It works pretty well. It's like the cedar serving tray. And I steamed my my linen here before I steamed the rice. And now we've got the rice. I've finished cooking it, and still, still a little warm, about 100 degrees or so. And let's see, it's a little infrared thermometer. So still reading on the order of 80, 90 degrees. You want it to be about 86 is ideal. And so I'm just going to go ahead and take my spores here and kind of see there's probably more spore than grain. Easy to tell or not, but definitely some sporulated something in here. Again, this is wild koji I caught. So I'm just going to go ahead and give a little sprinkle here. Stir it up a bit. And do another couple sprinkles. It has a little bit of an aroma, but nothing, almost earthy, I guess. It's probably not unusual for mold. And it's probably way overdone, but I'd rather have it have extra spores than not enough. right, so I'm going to go ahead and incubate this the same as I would if I had, proper koji spores inoculated. About anywhere from 42 to 48 hours is how long it should take to form a nice mat of koji. Now I'm just going to fold over my cloth, and I've got a custom incubator set up with a clamp lamp inside of it, along with just a bowl of water to keep the humidity in the right range. So I'm going to go ahead and set this guy into my incubator. We'll see how it goes. So here is the wild caught koji after around 52-hour incubation. It's got some koji-like qualities to it, but there's a lot of kind of blue-green stuff, and even an occasional like clump of like red-pink stuff. So and it really lacks any kind of fragrance of the this good quality koji-kin. It really has almost no aroma at all. I mean, just barely, reminds you of koji. And like I said, I tasted a little bit. It's sweet, but I don't know. I'm a little skeptical of using this and in any kind of food application. I might try it again and see what happens. Maybe adjusting the amount of koji-kin. But as of right now, not super impressed with this first batch. But anyway, I might feed it to the chickens or just bury it and compost it. But that's test number 1 of making wild koji.